already know what it is. It's your girl, Shady, aka Cotty Gay. You know, you can catch me on the Twitch. No, that's where I've been living at. But we got my favorite co-pilot in the world, High Strung Mobius.
Oh no. There's stuff happening.
This guy is the coolest cookie eating dude I know. But right now, he is the most stressed out guy. He growing gray hairs. he pulling the gray hair. He pulling all his hair out because he's so stressed.
Listen. I'm supposed to be asleep right now. We supposed to be playing the show in California.
Ooh.
I need a new case for my bass guitar. That's a lot of money. And all this is during peak spring break traveling. I'm hurting right now. We haven't even spent money on anything yet, and I'm just hurting.
Stressed out, crunching the numbers.
That's the kind of math I can do in my head, and I'm like,
I'm going to tell you, like, me and our sister Shelly, listen, we just got finished watching that whole show, Chippendales on Hulu. Shout out to Suicide. That's terrible. But if you watch the show, then you would know what I'm talking about.
Chippendales. Rescue Rangers?
No, nigga. Chippendales is male strippers. It sounds like Mobius need another job. And he better get on that pole.
I'm about to change my phone plan as soon as I'm changing my phone plan.
You want to change my phone plan?
I'm about to change my phone plan. I'm canceling Hulu. Hulu.
I could give you my login. I didn't know you paid for it.
It's like $8.
I didn't know you be paying for anything.
I don't. I usually don't. Uncle don't got his Netflix no more.
I thought you only paid for Xbox Live shit and maybe Game Pass.
If you stack it the right way, you don't even have to pay for Game Pass. But mine's expired and I did it the wrong way. But anyway, so we 2 minutes in. It's your boy Mobius in the co-pilot chair 2. We out here. It's the end of the world as we know it. Sick sad world. We jumping right into it. What are you dancing over here? What you got going on?
It's the end of the world as we know it. Because I'm like, if you can't add the song, we're going to get copyright.
Oh, yeah.
We got big copyright strikes, but not really strikes, but I guess just like, hey, we know that you are using our shit. Whatever, messages from YouTube. So shout out to the YouTube police. Psych, your fucking brains. Shout out to Ant-Man, our intern. He's got like every episode, I think, almost uploaded on the Unknown Unknowns website.
Out here.
We're probably not going to put the website out to like 2024. Maybe it's like a season 5 look at us and what we've done. But anyway, it's all in the making. Shout out to your boy. Yeah, like Mobius said, we doing another Sick Sad World. I think we might have did one on season 2 or something like that.
And
basically, it's, it's only February in 2023, so...
Here's the state of the world as it is.
Oh, my goodness. Just random ass shit. You already know how we go, young. So, Mobius going to start with his Sick Sad World news.
I'm going to keep it light real quick because we're going to jump into it.
Oh.
Some gaming news. So E3's, coming back after COVID, after all this stuff. The big 3 won't be a part of it. Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony, they're not going to be a part of it.
What?
Yeah, okay. It's because Nintendo's been doing their own thing for years already. Before COVID, they just been doing their own thing. But
we don't need you.
Yeah, they and theirs was always pre-recorded.
Wait, what? That's Nintendo.
Yeah, those are games, but they're not holding conferences at E3.
Oh,
like to buy the floor space to bring all their Nintendo people there at the floor. They're not doing that. The games will be there. Sure,
you want to buy this shit?
Yeah.
Shout out to WarioWare Get Together. I guess
it's the first physical event in 4 years, which was supposed. This is from IGN. It's the first physical appearance in 4 years, and it was supposed to be the triumphant return to the trade show, and an opportunity to recapture some of the excitement from past conventions and stuff, which have been major showcases for the game industry.
You said 4 years. Let's say 2 years.
What?
It says the E3...
the last physical one.
Oh, okay,
COVID and stuff. So they've been doing it, but just
okay, yeah. Okay,
so I feel like Gamescom will still have an appearance from those major ones, which is like the European equivalent to E3. Up in Germany. But in this case, their Xbox is going to do their own press conference here.
Word.
Sony's going to do their own thing. Sony and Xbox do it live, where you stream and you tune into a stream.
I've seen that. Yeah,
right, they do it live. Yeah. But last year they still pre-recorded it, and then this was the last one they did in a couple years. So yeah,
shout out to E3 Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. From the 13th to the 16th in California. Like, who's even able to attend?
They switch it up every year, a couple years.
Oh, it says for the press and the public.
Yeah. Okay. Back when it was at its peak popularity, like 2012, 13, 14, 15, they closed it to the public because there was too many people.
Okay, so what they're saying is they're going to have separate halls and separate days for press and for the public. Yeah. So
that's a good way to keep it organized.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. Another news, Halo Infinite is in such dire straits.
I'm so tired of man. Every time you gotta bring up your favorite video game, bruh.
This is some next level shit. It's so bad. It's the fans have lost so much faith in 343, which is Microsoft's internal company that makes the game. They've lost so much trust in the game and the company and their ability to make proper Halos post Bungie that they had to. People were like, are they going to shelve Halo? Are they going to put it on the shelf and retire it? And they were
scared, nervous, shaking in their boots.
And then, so you see how right there it says powered by the slip space engine? They're going to change that. Space. It's just the engine that runs Halo.
Not the company.
No. Okay. Like Refractor for, I think, Call of Duty, the Unreal engine for Unreal Tournament. Yeah. Those are the engines that power the game and stuff. The Frostbite engine for Battlefield, the Snowdrop engine for the Division. This is what powers the game. And the Slipstream engine is a proprietary, internally designed engine for Halo Infinite. Fine and dandy, but it didn't work. It's not that it's broken or it's trash. It's just all those people in that picture just don't know what Halo is.
Oh, this guy gonna come for
they don't
the 343 Industries staff.
They don't
on
know
their
what
own
Halo
website.
They don't know what Halo
all
is.
All the people in this picture suck.
They don't know what Halo is to the point where
there's only one girl that looked young enough to maybe know about Halo. I mean, no, she don't know about Halo because she's young. Well, there's a bunch of old people who should know better.
And they don't. Or they're trying to do too much that's not, and that's not.
Follow the fucking storyline. How many games do Halo need to create for you to just vibe off of it? Like,
so they had to release a statement that says, message from Pierre, I can't pronounce his last name. Pierre.
His name is Pierre Halajak? Hayjack? Oh, Heinz.
Pierre Heinz.
Is he German?
This was 25 days ago.
He's German. I don't know.
Halo and Master Chief are here to say 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. Pierre Heinz, studio head. But that was because rumors had started to spread that Microsoft was going to take Halo from their internal studio meant to create Halo and give it to somebody else under the Unreal Engine. Which,
like, here, take this, fix it. I'm tired.
Yeah, like
you can't just buy up everything in the whole world, fire half the people, and be like, I could do this myself. Do you even have the capacity to do it, to DIY? Mm-mm. Like, come on, bro. That's my man. Listen, Total Wireless has been bought out by Verizon.
Really?
Yeah. And so what I'm just sick and tired of is I never ever wanted to be like, I got a phone through Verizon. And listen, I've never had any cell phone in my life by Verizon. So I don't even know, like, is it better? Is it worse? Does it suck? As far as their mobile network. But I've only had them for home internet service. Mm-hmm. And for the amount of shit that Verizon has put me through, like, what? I have no interest. But I don't have a choice because you bought up the company. I'm so tired of, like, these big companies getting even bigger.
Yeah.
Like, there's a monopoly. I know there's supposed to be some, like, legislation that's going to stop
like the trade union
some
or something.
companies
From eating other ones,
other ones. Like, listen, you just ate everything. Like, I think this is another reason why there's so much money being pumped into small businesses. It's like we're almost like, please, someone else come up with an idea. Yeah. And I don't know if I brought this up before, but the whole like Mint Mobile, but that Ryan Reynolds is making all these like corny ass commercials for, like, it's just like, is this a company that already existed? I don't know. I never heard of it before. Or did he just really make it from scratch? And because he's a celebrity, I would like to think that he won't sell the company off. Like, he has this company to build wealth for future generations, right? Like, maybe in 10 years from now, Mint Mobile, it will be
when he stops
T-Mobile, Verizon, and Mint Mobile will be like the top leading companies now. Because I'm just sick and tired of them. It was Nextel. It was Helio.
Singular.
It was both eaten up by Sprint.
Yep.
Now Sprint been eaten up by T-Mobile. Like, come on. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger. The customer service gets terrible.
Worse.
The service is no better.
Nope.
And the phones are just, they got the monopoly on them shits. The prices are just,
you're stuck with one of these three.
$1,400. I mean, there are a lot of phone options though. I actually went to the phone store and I saw like 2 or 3 phones that I've never heard of in my life.
As long as they're not Chinese. Because my stepmom bought one.
Disrespect.
My stepmom bought one and it looked nice and clean and was fast, but out the box it had some issues. So.
I mean, I feel like so when you purchase things overseas, and this is what I learned when we had and I don't know, I hate to say like a Chinese phone, right? Like, I don't know whether it was made in Vietnam or there's one other place that's on the back of the phone that say where the phones come from. But anyway, they're like very popular for making the phones.
Well, I mean,
Korea. This one was made in Korea.
Samsung is Korea.
So yeah, Samsung is Korea. But I also had a Samsung, a Note 9 that was made in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And so I think it depends on whether you bought yours from Sprint or through Verizon.
Yeah.
And I believe this was, when I originally got it, was an unlocked Verizon phone from eBay.
Mine was an unlocked S8. But the point I'm trying to make is like
the point I was trying to make is when you buy stuff from overseas, it's good, like there's changes to the configuration that you have to make. So it doesn't mean the phones suck.
It's because they don't meet U.S. regulations.
Exactly.
But these are phones that are either owned by Chinese companies that are imported to U.S. standards, and they still suck, or they are manufactured in China by a Chinese company and then sent over here because it's the cheaper option. Instead of paying $1,000 for this S22, you get this $700-800 Zing something Chinese phone, and you're like, yeah, this looks really nice. It's a nice crystal display, yada yada yada, and then it's not good. Like,
Yeah, OnePlus phone company, consumer electronics phone company, never settle for anything less. I've never seen a commercial for the brand OnePlus. Only $700, half the price. And it literally has all these 50 cameras on the back also. And it looks like all the other phones. And shout out to Nokia for continuing to make phones.
Nokia.
After nobody really even fucking with them for real on this side of the world.
Yeah, they still killing it over there.
Yeah, they still busting heads.
They brought back the classic Nokia brick phone with full color displays.
Oh, Motorola is coming back with the Motorola Edge 30 Fusion. Okay, I see you. Anyway, all right, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, Nintendo's the only one on this list that did something cool. So it's 2023.
Nintendo doing?
They
for 2023. What's that? So
despite lower profit margins, because we're in a recession and Japan's hurting really bad, our dollar's more than theirs right now.
I don't know nothing about Nintendo having no recession because everybody I know,
global economies,
with and without kids, got a Switch. like even I have a Switch. Haven't even used it. But go ahead.
But I'm saying global economies are in recession. And so everybody's firing people.
The whole world.
Microsoft firing, Activision firing people. Everybody's firing people.
The disrespect.
These dudes at Nintendo was like, yeah, everybody get a 10% raise.
Oh, you lying.
The CEO took pay cut so that everybody else could keep their job. And,
bruh, keep working. Bruh, shout out to, like, who what's his name? Let's
Nintendo
see.
guy?
Nintendo
CEO.
CEO. Taking pay cuts out here. Doug Spencer Bowser,
Well, that's
born in New York. Wait, what?
that's the
Doug
American.
Spencer Bowser
Yeah.
is the American businessman currently serving as the president
Of Nintendo
of
USA.
Nintendo of America.
Yeah, no, you want
Wait, so
the
what does that
Japanese
mean?
guy. That means like like Acura
The
USA,
Nintendo
Honda USA.
American brand.
Right. No, we're talking about Nintendo, corporate Nintendo, all of it.
Shuntaro
Furukawa.
Furukawa. Like, listen, shout out to anybody who know how to say his name right. And, and shout out to him for doing what he does. Anyway, I admire any businessman who recognizes that his employees are working hard, who recognizes that they ain't making nowhere near as much money his ass is making, and who recognize that, shit, they got bills to pay regardless. So when the world is going thumbs down, he said thumbs up for y'all. Like, what? I'm going to give you a pay raise.
Hey, we're going to bounce back. The economy's going to bounce back. I need y'all to keep making these Mario games and these Zelda games because we're going to get it.
Keep getting this check regardless. Like,
yeah. So that's average.
Good business.
We like that.
Yeah, good business.
Meta's lost 13.72 billion.
It brings so much joy to my heart to know how much money Facebook is losing.
$13.72 billion.
$100 million.
That amount of money crazy. Doesn't exist.
But we also talked about We also talked about this before, though. Mm-hmm. He's
hemorrhaging.
He's going into the future. Yeah. So it doesn't even matter unless he goes bankrupt.
But that's not sustainable. You're losing. He's losing $100 million every year. He's burned
$500 million, turning Facebook into Meta.
With the B.
Billion.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
That's some countries' global yearly GDP.
Fucking shit.
Like, that's not sustainable. Not even.
Damn, they lost nearly $200 billion of value in one afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
In value, and that's February of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how much they've lost all the way to 2023. Like, anyway, brutal. like we said in the past, when you're paying and you're preparing for the future, it's gonna look like a bunch of L's, but he gonna be back on top as soon as we get there. But it's gonna take another 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be younger, first of all, every time I see Zuckerberg, he look Zuckerberg. Every time I see Zucks,
lizard boy,
he looking crazy.
He
looking like no fat in his face
because he gotta attend all these congressional meetings.
He's not eating well anymore. Like, listen, that's another thing about knowledge. When you get the knowledge and you know that there's cancerous metals in all of your food.
Yep.
Okay, shout out to the Gerber route, some other company, Gerber and some other companies. All the baby food issues that they're having, there's metals in the baby food. But it's not just that there's metals in the baby food. There's metals in the earth, the unnatural metals because of all of our pollution and stuff.
Yep.
And it's, giving us cancer and all of these different issues.
We all going.
And so it's, it's like, listen, you gotta make preparation for the future. And so when you thinking, I got all this money, I want to live for 1 million years, you're like, oh, I got to eat healthy and I got to do all of this. What are you going to do? Everything is poison. Like, how much money is Zuckerberg spending on having his own farm and his own greenhouse to grow his own food and his own cows and his own, it'd be different if the lifestyle is expensive.
It'd be different if he was doing.
But he looked like he's starving.
Yeah, it'd be different if he was doing Elon Musk moves where he was like, man, this planet's going to burn. We're going to Mars.
Trash. I knew he was about to say that. I'm about to get out of here. Yeah. I'm not about to put.
He built a compound or something.
He's doing the same shit though. I'm saying, like, as far as just investing in the future, it's just different levels. Elon Musk, this shit is going to hell. So I'm gonna go ahead and make preparations for another country. Planet. And he's like, while you're preparing that planet, I'm preparing this planet to be fucked over, just like in Ready Player One.
Yep.
The world was looking shitty. They was living in some really weird, like, what the fuck?
Trailer parks, basically.
Like, yeah, but remember in that movie, it was like stacked on stack on stack. Like, it would look
vertical.
Dangerous the way he left out of his house that
vertical
day. Like,
trailer
what
parks.
the fuck?
Everybody's,
vertical trailer parks.
Everybody's
That shit
obsessed,
was crazy.
You know, with escapism. And that's what Elon's investing in. But we're not there yet. Anyway.
We're not there yet. Okay.
The last gaming news is Ubisoft has canceled 7 games. 7 games in 7 months.
Oh my god.
That's yeah, they might be filing for bankruptcy soon if they keep that shit up. They're losing so much money.
Hold on, are they the ones that just merged with another company?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You're thinking of Activision and Xbox.
Okay.
No, they're looking. I think they're looking to try to sell.
And what are this? That's really sad.
Yeah.
Most were unannounced.
Yeah.
But we know that at least one of them was VR Splinter Cell.
Yep. Which no one asked for.
No, but listen, I don't know shit about Splinter Cell. I thought it was like a military.
Yeah, it's
stealth.
It's the other side to Metal Gear. Those were the 2 tactical espionage shooters. Yeah.
Shout out to Kotaku Gaming News. He said, and nobody asked for it.
Nobody wants VR. I want Metal Gear.
Nobody wants VR?
No, because that shit's still too expensive to be mass for the common person.
No, for the common person. No, it's not more expensive than the Xbox. Bruh, okay.
So,
the last time I saw it was
PlayStation VR just dropped. I didn't know about that. It's like $500, you know?
And you gotta hook it up to your console, or you play it by itself.
You have to have the system to play.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, Sony PlayStation VR Marvel Iron Man VR bundle, white PlayStation VR headset, $322. PlayStation VR 2, Sony PlayStation, $549. Does this include the fucking PlayStation? That's a lot of money, bruh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Oculus is like $1,000
Oh my goodness, you right.
Yeah, of course.
The PlayStation console is required.
Of course.
So you want me to spend $1,000, bruh?
Yeah.
No, bruh. Listen, this whole $500 for a console, okay, I get it, but then you want me to spend another $550, bruh? Hold on, and then how much the Facebook VR? Because the Facebook VR you don't need nothing to hook up to.
But it's running off PC. You have to have, or your phone.
You got to hook it up to your
PC, your whatever computer system you're running.
I thought the Oculus was that's all. No, it says all in one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Meta Quest 2 Oculus has 256 gigs. Damn, it's $467. The last time I saw one in the store, it was like $300. But again, that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And they wasn't calling it the Meta. That was before Meta bought it.
Yeah.
Cause now, and that was the one thing that threw me off. Yeah, the Oculus. Okay, so when it was just the Oculus, it was $300, and you didn't have to have a Facebook account to log in. This is why Meta is not going anywhere.
No.
Because he's using that, just like I was telling you about Bumble. You couldn't get on Bumble unless you signed in with your Facebook account. Now they switched that out. But now that, oh my gosh, bruh. Okay, you're right. Let me finish making my point, because I was about to say, because, all right, so Mobius said, nobody asked for a VR Splinter Cell. I've never played Splinter Cell, but I am very into more VR games. I'm into it. Even though I'm not even playing them fucking games. I am here for more VR. I was the person 4 years ago with plastic, and they call it the cardboard VRs, right? The ones where you got to stick the phone in it, right? It's not like the all-encompassing VR. I was the one at parties like 4 or 5 years ago with my cardboard VR headset, putting my cell phone in there and showing other people, and they was lit. They was excited. They was like, oh my gosh, I never used this. I never seen it. And it was like, and I'm talking about an adult party. Like, y'all already know. Shady is old. Mobius is the young old man. And so, like, come on. Like, it was very exciting. Like, a party favor.
Yeah.
It was, like, really fun to bring it and see people's reaction, watch people play VR in a room full of other people, especially drinking and hanging out. Like, it was very cool. Like, I really enjoyed it. So, I'm all for more VR games. But that's fucked up. Like, y'all just dropping games left and right. But I do think a stealth murder VR game is like fun to be creeping around your living room.
It's just the IPs that people have a problem with because
what is?
It's the IP, the intellectual property that people like. If you can do that. You can make a stealth shooter, whatever. Just don't call it Splinter Cell because all the fans that have been waiting for a Splinter Cell for the last 12 years.
They're gonna expect
they want something. They want something on the gamepad, a traditional. Now you can be like, we're gonna offer a Splinter Cell game on everything, and then have a VR port, and that would be something that's specifically dedicated for that system. The same way the Ace Combat did.
Well, who owns? Well, my line of questioning would be Ubisoft owns that. It's like. If I was Facebook Meta, if I was Meta, I would pull up on Ubisoft like, oh, y'all don't want that VR Splinter Cell? Let me do it. If y'all not gonna do it, let me do it. Sell the rights to somebody. And like I learned from Chippendales, shout out to Chippendales Hulu one more time. What I learned is just give me a percentage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the technology to do it. So you do it. You have the people that want to do it. People who are buying the fucking Oculus, blowing all of this fucking money. They're the ones who are going to be so down to play this Splinter Cell thing. But other motherfuckers... No, but I'm just saying... I'm saying they're going to be down to play it because they're getting more options on what they can play on VR. Because what I watched like maybe a year and a half ago, the guy on YouTube who was doing... I'm going to spend 30 days straight in the metaverse, which was like 14 or 20... human days or something, whatever. He kept making those videos. I was in the Minecraft metaverse for these many days, hours, whatever. It seemed like the biggest complaint was there's not enough to do.
Yeah.
There's not enough variety, enough gaming options. There's not enough choices. And so that's why I feel like it would be a good idea for Meta to buy it. Even though I hear what you're saying. The Splinter Cell motherfuckers ain't here. They're not here for it. They're not interested. They don't really want it.
And that's your market. Though you need those people to buy the game. The same way that you would need those Resident... Like, if we're having the same conversation about Resident Evil, you need those people to buy the game. Because otherwise, the IP isn't good. You're doing more harm to the IP in the long run.
I hear you, but I agree. I feel like they just trying to reel people in.
Yeah.
Oh, you love Splinter Cell so much? Well, guess what? Now you're going to have to buy this Oculus, $549. You got me fucked up. Then I'm never going to play the game I love. That's like if you said they did that shit to Black Ops. Well, it's a wrap for me, and I'm going to keep playing Bloops 3. Catch me on the Twitch. Shady, a.k.a. Cartier on the Xbox. Listen, like, this shit is... I feel like it's all about pushing the future forward and forcing people into technology that we never fucking wanted in the first place.
Right.
And that we absolutely do.
The last release was in 2013. So there have been people who've waiting for 10 years for another Splinter Cell game. And then to slap those people in the face and say, yeah,
we're going to do your game.
It's on VR. You have to leave this system to go buy. Like, it's not because Meta.
It should have been on the PlayStation,
right?
VR, but I hear what you're saying. Come out with the regular game, then release a VR mode.
Right. You guarantee your money that generates hype for the next version, but to slap people in the face,
and it sets you up for the next 10 years of people who are slow to make enough money to purchase
and then
it.
Meta can do whatever they want.
Still be buying it 5 years later.
Right. The same way that Left 4 Dead did. People still buying that game and making mods.
They're still fucking updating Left 4 Dead too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then they came out with Back 4 Blood, and they switched that shit up so much with the playing card mode.
Back 4 Blood
with this fake.
It's made by the same people, Turtle Rock, but pretty much Valve made Left 4 Dead. Valve's a publisher. They pretty much made the Left 4 Dead. They invested in the psychiatrists to talk about player behavior and why people play the games the way they do, to encourage team play. The user interface, they were the ones that put all that money for.
That's everything.
Valve made Left 4 Dead.
This nigga said, let's get it right. Shout out to Valve. Okay, all right.
So that's not so bad
I just wanted
news.
to get into some more of the games.
Okay,
well, who also confirmed what Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope underperformed during the holiday season? I thought that wasn't a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so that's out. Prince of Persia, failing. Skull and Bones, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. So I thought, that's a movie tie-in. So I thought maybe that would make some money. But
no,
anyway,
they never do.
All this shit got ditched. Several games got ditched. That's really sad. What games are they still working on? I don't know. Anyway,
The Division,
6 Siege,
which they keep putting it out there like, hey, we got this, we got this, we got this, we got The Division, and then everybody's like, cool, we want to play that, and then they just stop talking about it.
it's not ready yet.
Yeah. They just
Nobody wants
but they're
to
not,
say that.
But they're not promoting it. Like, there is a market for that, but they're just not talking about it. So screw them, man. I don't got time for that.
All right.
What
my
you got?
Only gaming news. I'm late as hell. My only gaming news is about finding out that Twisted Metal has a TV series. First of all, I loved Twisted Metal when I was growing up. Like, that shit was
Outlaw Gang.
Ridiculous chaos. When you talk about the ridiculous and the chaos of GTA, that's how I felt about Twisted Metal, even though it's like not at all the same type of game because it's a vehicular manslaughter game. It's awesome. A vehicular combat video game is what they call it. I did not know that in 2022 that they came out with a show. And so I'm very confused about how they could even turn it into a show. That's something me and Moby has talked about. Like, there's a lot of characters, and there's real easy to take any pre-existing content with a lot of characters and create a show because you have to do the background. How did we get here? What is it? What's going on with these characters all individually? That's an episode of its own for like 12 episodes right there. Without even having like a baseline, a storyline as the base. So I guess it's on Peacock.
So it's already out?
Going to check it out. Yeah, because it came out. Development by Sony Pictures Television and PlayStation Productions began in May of 2019, with the full season being ordered by Peacock in February 2022. Production took place in New Orleans from May to August. The series is set to... Oh, no. So it's not out yet, I guess. So it's unannounced. It has an unannounced date for this year. So hold on. So that's my question. When is it out? Because I thought because they put this out years ago that it was already out.
Maybe they filmed it and they're just waiting for a market to release.
Yeah, just keep saying...
We're working on
2023. It's an unannounced date. Like, tell me when I could go watch that shit. Tease for the year. Yeah. All right. They just keep saying it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I don't know. It sounds weird. I'm happy that there's a black man
in charge.
Is the star in charge.
Yep.
He's the main crazy character. John Doe, Anthony Mackie. Shout out to him. So yeah, I guess we will see it whenever the frick it decides to come out. Oh no, browse episodes. So it is out? I'm so confused. I don't know. Is that just the pilot? Be the first one to add a plot. So
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, last for video game news, The Last of Us TV show is out. It's doing well. That gives me hope for shows like Twisted Metal and other video game related shows to come out. So hopefully it's pretty good. The Twisted Metal series.
This shit ain't out.
No, the Twisted Metal series has a story. It's not the most complicated one in the world, but
I have no idea what the fuck it is. Oh,
right,
they has the premise up here.
Yeah, it's it's like what's canon in the in the series.
In the game.
Right. So like who wins the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. I think Black's a reboot, so that's not like directly related to the other ones. But like who wins?
This premise is ridiculous. In a post-apocalyptic wasteland, John Doe, a talkative milkman with amnesia. What the y'all? Where are we going with this?
Sweet Tooth
is given a mission to traverse the desolate world to deliver a cryptic package in order to stay alive, alongside the assistance of Quiet, a rash car thief.
Not to be mistaken for Quiet the Sniper from Metal Gear.
That's two different. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quiet, a rash car thief. Doe faces a life-altering opportunity, but must confront ruthless marauders in a deadly and destructive vehicle to secure a chance at a better future.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. There's so many. It's giving me so many of these movies that came out.
Yeah.
The other one where they took the inmate to death race. You know, it's just like, what?
It sounds like it's like. So Twisted Metal, the games are happening, and then this is just some random dude who's inhabiting the world as that's happening. You know, like how people.
Or they're trying to make it's like it's not a game. This is the races in the game are like events happening in this world,
and then he's just a civilian that's like, oh shit, that's a thing happening.
Dealing with shit. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like how if there were to make a Halo show. Or a movie. Everybody they do. But
that fucking red versus blue shit.
Well, the machinima is different from like a mainline Halo series. Not to be confused with the Paramount Pictures bullshit that was. But the whole point of like the Halo series, not the whole point, but like if there was to do a movie or a show about it, it would be about the people around the Master Chief and not the Chief himself. Because he's kind of a blank slate. You know, it's him. He does cool stuff and things. He blows stuff up. And it'd be like a bunch of people who are
right, but it's more about the universe,
right,
and the shit that's going on in it.
Yeah,
shout out to Gears of War 5, bro.
You're never gonna see his face. So
that's
Paramount
really cool.
Pictures got it wrong. Anyway, real life shit. So do you?
Last random news though.
What?
The I Am Legend Part 2 is in the making. It's not. I said random news.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just excited about that. Yeah.